Welcome to Culture Shock Live. This is Pounding the Meat Podcast. I'm Vinny Vegas. What is going on, people? Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you being here. Already got a comment from King J. Sean. Finally, the King has come back to Pounding the Meats. Bonkers, what is up, man? How you doing, bro? Chacon! How are you, my friend? How are you? Ethan, long time no see, bro. How are you? And Platinum. Yo, I'll take it, bro. Let me see that thong, bro. Let me see that thong, the thong. I don't know, Juan. We were struggling to find some news for tonight. It was tough. Not a lot going on right now. It's funny you mentioned that, Panetta. Excuse me, guys. Excuse me 1 second. It's a little chilly in here. There we go. The merch of a king. Drew, what's going on? All right, we got a lot to get into tonight. A lot. Let me run it down for you real quick, bro. All right, we got the CM Punk scrum, which you guys haven't heard about, I'm sure. You haven't heard anything about that shit. Malakai Black's release. Braun's return. Shit. The AEW Brawl. Fight Forever backstage. And some extras if time allows. So why don't we get started? Ladies and gentlemen, my identical twin, the one and only Easy E in the building.
What is good?
It's cold. Where's your scarf, bro? It's only 110 right now.
It's 115, bro. I'm dying.
Is it 115?
115, bro. 2 days in a row.
Holy shit.
Yeah, you're telling me.
Malali, what up, baby?
I love the dude, though, Vinny.
You like it? You like
Man,
it?
that's the vintage JT dude for me, bro.
You like it, bro?
That's JT all day. I like it.
You liking the hair? All right.
Hey,
IVT,
you got the hair?
good?
I'll do the beard. Blonde.
Oh, dude, that'd be dope, actually. It is hot as fuck. You should. Ethan sent me the weather app screenshot. Everything was over 105.
Unmerciful, bro.
Over 105. Ladies and gentlemen, the biggest bully in the world, Mr. Joey Vicious, in the building tonight.
Hello.
How are you, Joey V?
Oh, I'm doing wonderful because tonight's going to be a fantastic
Ooh, I
show.
was excited for the show. There's a lot of shit going on.
I mean, some people are going to give out facts tonight and win this debate.
Listen, I'm not. I'm one that
some people live in reality.
Yeah, like, sometimes facts aren't as strong as opinions.
And you can skew a fact. You can skew a fact to fit your narrative.
No, because facts don't lie, opinions do.
Oh, I can't come back from that. Ladies and gentlemen, our Mufasa, our king, our daddy, the one and only King Jones is in the building. King Jones, how are you?
I'm here.
I love the shirt, by the way. Let me organize this here. Yeah. All right. I love the shirt. Let's Jones, let's flex this shirt real quick. Hold on. Show it off. Come on, King. Come on, King.
A little face. Give it a little face for the crowd.
If you don't know.
You can't give them FaceTime, though, Vinny. Because they're just trying to get on your good side for what's about to happen.
Jones, come on, Jones.
If you don't know, now you know. If you don't know, now you know. The shirt that Jones is wearing is the Child's Play 3 cover. One of my favorites. Yeah.
The best one.
I think
Chucky's
Child's
a
Play
pro.
2 has the best one.
Yeah.
With the
Chucky's
scissors.
going to be a pro.
Chucky's going to be a bro.
Tampering with
movie.
federal mail is a federal
Was he?
offense.
Yeah, tampering with mail is a federal offense.
So, what's your name, kid?
Nothing like a good strangulation to keep the circulation going.
man, I really need to get out of this body.
We're having too much fun. This is child's play, by the way. Because the season 2 of the Chucky show is dropping soon. And I saw, for all of you who like
tomorrow?
Chucky, I believe, let me see. I don't
think
know the
it's
exact
tonight.
date.
I think it's
No, don't say that, bro.
I need to finish season 1.
I thought they dropped it Tuesday because it's every Tuesday, right?
October 5th.
Oh, okay.
Man, my heart just dropped. October 5th.
Wednesday.
And I sent you guys a screenshot, and the original Tiffany doll is in the show, which I've never seen before. So that's pretty cool. Also tonight, as soon as we are done, ladies and gentlemen, guess what tonight is? The return of football.
Finally.
One of 272 games that will be.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
To
Right
7
to the
and
ground.
9.
right to the fucking ground.
7 and 10. Whatever it is.
As long as our wings aren't clipped this season, I'll take a good, what is it, 7 and 10? Yeah, 7 and 10.
I prefer my wings to be lemon pepper.
Wow. Let me see. On Kane's debut date, how ironic. That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Who?
Jones Mike looks like a tasty beverage.
It probably
King's
would be.
debut day.
Well, I could flip it back at you and say Jones looks like a tasty beverage of chocolate
That's
milk
true.
that I would drink all night. Better than Yoo-Hoo, ladies and gentlemen. Better than Yoo-Hoo is King Jones.
That's a tough pull right there, too.
They'll be better than the Eagles, trust me.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Trust me when I tell you. I don't have a lot of faith in my squad.
Stop downplaying the Eagles. They're actually favored to win the NFC East.
Dude, they are every year.
No, they're not.
Every
But look
year
who's
it's
in
the
that
Eagles.
division.
The Eagles are the dark horse.
Don't in Sirianni you trust.
Oh, God. That dude needs a nap. Dude looks like he hasn't slept for 4 years. You see his eyes, how dark they are?
You kind of look like a mini Sirianni.
Yo, you better chill the fuck out.
Ouch.
And all these fucking TikTok comments, I swear to God, if I see one more Nick Wright, or who's that dude from the...
Nick, right?
No, what's the guy that does the history musical? What's his name? Fucking what's the name?
Hamilton?
Yeah. Who's the guy in that? What's his name? Somebody in the comments will say it. The
Okay,
guy
I
who,
will say
the
that-
Hamilton.
It'll be Panetta. It'll be Panetta.
I will say this. You have the beard like Sirianni, but with the blonde tips in the hair, you look like McVeigh.
Sean McVay?
Yeah.
I'll take Sean McVay.
Yeah, take that shit all day long, bro.
I'll take Sean McVay all day.
Right?
Shit.
You seen his wife?
Oh my God.
You seen his house? I was watching a little documentary with him.
Anything
Bro.
that man owns. That's it. IVT with the Lin-Manuel Miranda. I get that all the fucking time, bro. I'm like, I'll take his check. I'll take his paycheck.
I mean, Nick Wright sounds.
And IVT made me lose that bet. Glad I didn't bet any money.
Yo.
Come on, Panetta, you're letting me down. Come on,
Come on,
Canadian
Pete.
brethren.
Where's he at? All right. So what do we got here? What do we got on the docket? All right. Let's start out with something, let's work our way into what no one knows about. I texted you guys. We have our little group chat. And I said, yo, Malachi Black was released. And Jonesy and Joey, they're like, not quite. Not quite. So I'm going to read it from the horse's mouth to you guys. Because to me, however way you sugarcoat it, it's a release, right? But I understand where they're coming from. This is yesterday at 1:30. This is the latest. Now we're getting the information from Fightful Select here. And it says numerous talent informed is that they've been told that Malachi Black is done with the company for the foreseeable future, with many saying that he got his release. So apparently he requested his release in August. It wasn't given to him, and now it was. AEW sources claim that the release is highly conditional. Highly conditional. That's the quote, which isn't usually the case for the company. Usually AEW doesn't even release talent outside of disciplinary reasons, and requests for release are done on a case-by-case basis. So I was having a conversation about this with Jones, and Jones was discussing this with me, saying that Malakai Black has been vocal, right, about his mental health issues in the past. Am I right, Jones?
That's absolutely correct.
How far back does this date with Tommy Yen, Malakai Black, whatever you want to call?
You're asking the wrong person, because I'm probably one of the few people who watched him before he got signed became Aleister Black and was Tommy Yen. Like, I watched him heavy when he was on the indies and stuff like that. So, but it's been a while. It's like a while. He posted on, like, I'll tell you how far back it is. This man still has a Tumblr.
Oh, wow. Wow. Shout out to Tumblr, bro.
Right?
Does he have an angel fire too? Jesus.
Holy shit.
So here's the thing, bro. Tony Khan probably, because they denied his request originally. And Tony Khan probably sent his boys to go in and research this shit. Make sure there's documentation. Because when you claim mental health issues, I mean, that's serious stuff. You know what I mean? Especially if you're getting paid. You know, you're doing what you love and you're requesting your release. Tony's going to look into that shit. They granted it, so listen, you know, maybe there are some mental issues he has to take care of. But what I was discussing is what kind of precedent does this set now? You know what I mean?
I don't think it sets a precedent. I just think it's one of those things. Is like the dude recognized that he has issues he's got to deal with. Mm-hmm. The company was probably like, look, let's clean up a few storylines or whatever we got going on, and let's cross our T's and dot our I's and go from there, because there's a lot of legal behind it, you know. And then that's when, you know, you can go through it and really do your due diligence, because you don't want to be that company that says, oh, Malakai Black, you're not getting released, you're not going nowhere, fucking deal with it. And the dude ends up being found hung in a hotel room somewhere.
Yeah. Not only that, too, you don't want to be the company that says, yeah, sure, go ahead, do whatever you got to do. And then setting that standard, well, listen, if I just got to get out of here, I'll just say I have mental health issues and he'll just let me go. So I'm sure there was a lot of research done.
Yeah, it had to be.
On it. Another thing with that is, too, this guy, I feel, was underused in AEW. I don't think he was used correctly. I understand what they were trying to do, but from what I've seen, I don't think he was used to full capacity. And that's just my personal opinion. I mean, this guy, in my opinion, again, is world champion material. He's not there yet. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying throw the belt on him, but he is world champion material.
Oh, he for sure has the potential.
You know, Joey, do you think they were using him correctly?
No. I mean, when he first came in, he was feuding with Cody Rhodes.
Yep.
For a little bit. I'm always been a fan of Aleister Black. If you followed him like on the indies like Jones and I did, he looked like a totally different person because he was clean shaved, everything.
Did he?
Yeah.
See, I saw him in WWE. That's when I saw him first.
He was a beast in NXT. They brought him up. You know, he was NXT World Champion. Had great matches with Adam Cole, Velveteen Dream, you know, and a few others.
That guy.
But he gets brought up to the main roster, you know, getting pushed a little bit by Heyman. You know, I mean, well, he gets pushed. They put him to the side. Heyman wants to push him. Then Heyman gets taken away from creative. And then, you know, I don't blame him for wanting to leave WWE. But he's had this type of issue for a long time.
Right. What, the mental health issue?
Yeah. And also, if you look at, he's also had an injury that he thought was career threatening.
What was that?
I forget what he posted it somewhere.
Uh-huh.
But he thought it was, you know, career injury. So you take that and then you take your, you know, mental health,
right.
You know, I don't, see nothing wrong with these guys. If these guys know they haven't, hey, I got to get my body correct, at least they speak up now before something else happens.
It's too late.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's too late. You got to.
Well, I mean, now, according to the report from Fightful, there is no official non-compete clause. There are no details that were released. So if anyone says it's a 90-day or, whatever, 100 a year, there are no details so far up to this point.
Nothing official, but based on the conversation I've had with a few of you, I don't see it being anything under a year.
I
Just
agree.
be
That's
safe.
what we guess. We were talking. I don't see it under a year either, but I'm just saying there's nothing official right now.
But it's not a full release.
Correct. It's contingent. It's conditional. There's probably a lot of things involved. Like you cannot work anywhere else. I saw he pulled out one on an indie show as well that he was supposed to appear at.
It could be, hey, you're released, but hey, the door's always open if you want to come back.
Or when you feel like you're ready to start again, you give us a call and come back. Listen, Tony Khan does not want another AEW guy leaving and going to WWE.
Well, he did say that he sees Malakai Black as someone of future of AEW.
Yep. I mean, there's a lot in store for Malakai Black, apparently. I think they're just slow to get it started. Because to me, honestly, Malakai was kind of just fading away slowly. I know they had the House of Black and all that, but it didn't feel like it was really being featured. It was like, okay, here are the feature matches. Oh, and by the way, here's House of Black. That's just how I felt. Where they were placed on the card, how they were described or even talked about. It's just like, oh, here they are. You know what I mean?
I think had this not happened with him, you might have seen something different happen yesterday on Dynamite.
Oh, man. True. Anything's possible.
I think they probably would have been given the championship.
Anything's possible. Mirabito, the biggest Bret Hart fan and Britt Baker fan in the world. Let's give him a round of applause, by the way. He's such a great guy. He says this: Malakai, Miro, Andrade are all in the same boat, not used.
100%.
Andrade has been trying to sign a Dark Order member for the last 3 weeks. I mean, that's literally all he's been doing.
I mean, Miro was a beast as a TNT champion. He got injured. He comes back and nothing.
Yeah.
Put him in the world title tournament.
Ooh.
Don't get me started on that.
Miro?
Yes. Why not? The Redeemer.
I have a huge problem with that whole bracket.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll let you speak your piece, Jones. What's the problem with the bracket? Now you're talking about the championship bracket now.
We call this the Tournament of Champions.
The Tournament of Champions. Yes.
Most of the people in there I can understand because they've been champions in your promotion. Bryan Danielson ain't won shit in AEW. And you're acknowledging a championship in a different promotion now.
I noticed that. What, he's 6-time? They say 6-time world champ?
Yeah.
Or was that Jericho?
Jericho 7.
Okay. So they said 6-time world champ. I noticed that, bro.
Okay. This was the safest thing they could have done. Why are you being safe? This is your opportunity to build a new star. I would have done a fucking battle royal for a spot in
battle
there.
Royal, bro.
For a spot in there.
I'm down with a battle royal.
Little Royal Rumble, Ric Flair.
Yeah, bro.
Like, here's the thing where you could have put somebody over where, hell, you want to tie up a storyline? Have Eddie Kingston and Sammy Guevara be the last two in there. Eddie eliminates Sammy Guevara, becomes champion.
Yo, you need to chill the fuck out, Joe.
I like
Listen,
that.
listen,
I like that,
Like, he's going to be a transition. Whoever wins this is going to be a transitional champion anyway, because of what a Maxwell Jacob Friedman said. I can cash in anytime I want for my guaranteed title shot. That right there already told me the story.
Jones,
who-
I love you. I love you.
Who, in your opinion, is the guy? Who's going to be that? Who's going to be that guy to
win?
Yeah, who's going to win this?
Based on that bracket, Bryan Danielson's winning.
I'm saying Jericho, bro.
I
saying
really
Jericho.
feel Jericho or Moxley.
I would love Jericho to win
I
that
think
shit.
I told Vinny this yesterday. The way that bracket's set up, because you have Jericho versus Bryan in
That's
the next
the
round.
one thing that worries me. Yeah.
So I see Daniel Garcia is either going to cost Bryan or Jericho the match.
Yeah.
Whoever he costs, he's going to feud with that person.
Correct.
Now, I could see Moxley winning and then MJF cashing in on him, at the Grand Slam.
At the Grand Slam, that's
At the
what
Grand
Brian
Slam.
Allen just said.
That's what I feel like.
But, I mean,
I think they're going to save that for Full Gear, man.
can you imagine if it's Sammy Guevara versus Jericho
Let me fucking tell you something right now. What the fuck is Sammy Guevara doing in that bracket?
or Darby Allin?
What the fuck is Sammy Guevara doing in there? Why? A
No
world
comment.
champion?
No comment.
Filler.
Exactly.
Neither one of them should be there, honestly.
When you look at Sammy Guevara,
No,
do you
I
see
take
world
that-
champion?
I take that back. I will put Darby's more credible. Darby is a modern age Jeff Hardy. He will put
I'd
his
rather
body
see-
on the line
Absolutely.
to try to win the championship.
Darby Allin deserves a championship, a world championship, more than Sammy Guevara. Honestly.
I would have put Miro, Andrade, Wardlow, all three of them in that tournament.
I could see Wardlow.
Yeah.
I could see Wardlow.
I would have put Powerhouse Hobbs.
Jesus Christ.
No. Here's your thing. I didn't say win. No, I'm not saying win, but this is your chance to. This is your homegrown talent. Why wouldn't you put your homegrown talent instead of people who built their names elsewhere? You're building new stars. Isn't it what we complain about WWE not doing?
No, you're right.
Listen,
I could,
Agreed.
Listen.
it's just a boring match. That's all. It would be a boring match.
I said Battle Royal. How is that boring?
No.
Powerhouse-
We're talking tournament right now. We're talking tournament.
I said Battle Royal for a spot in the tournament.
All right. Oh, wait a second. Hold on.
I thought you were going Royal Rumble 92, Ric
no,
Flair.
What's your scenario here?
It's a
What's your-
spot to get into the tournament.
I'm saying
spot.
Battle Royal for a spot. Like,
okay.
give them a chance to earn. the
Got
spot.
you. I thought you meant the battle royal to
That's
win.
why
it.
he was saying Kingston
No.
wins the Battle Royal to get a spot.
No,
into
that's
the
why I said when
tournament.
Kingston won, I was like, what the fuck is he talking about?
No,
I was
it's
confused.
I'm saying for a spot.
That makes sense. Okay.
Like, and you can have somebody have like one of them Cinderella runs. They get all the way to the finals and lose. Like,
Panetta says, listens to the king speak. How much are you paying this Canadian?
Yo, you could have put Jungle Boy in the tournament. Christian Cage injured.
Thank you.
King J. Sean says, what about Luchasaurus Jones?
Oh no.
I like him as a talent. They just haven't built him enough as a single star yet. Like he still looks like he belongs in a tag team. He's right now. He looks like a lackey.
But
Yeah.
even his personality is like Kane before the talking, right? It's like, man.
Yeah,
He's just there.
yeah.
You know, he's there to do the dirty work.
But I wouldn't have had an issue if they put him in there.
Brian Allen says, Hobbs is the most misused guy in AEW.
You have a powerful muscle man who's just, hey, I'm his backup. Oh, I'm on my own.
Carnage Rage says Samoa Joe should have been in the tournament. That's
He's
interesting.
ROH. He's ROH.
He is.
But it
He's a
could have worked.
He's a champion. He actually won a championship on an AEW show.
That's true. That's not a bad idea, Carnage Rage.
For all that, Cesaro could have his argument to be in there.
Panetta says,
I'm sorry,
Claudio.
Claudio
That
Castagnoli.
that name is way too long, bro. I think of like Goodfellas when I hear that
No,
shit.
when
bro.
I hear Claudio Castagnoli, it reminds me of ROH, the
the
Heroes.
Kings of Wrestling.
Kings of Wrestling with Chris Hero.
Is it too early for this? Luchasaurus needs to take the mask off and change the gimmick. Is it too
I've
early
been
for
saying
that?
that since he went heel.
Kane did it.
Yeah, and Marabito says Claudio. Let me see. Brockstar, then we'll move on. I want to know, why are some of the matches called wild card matches? What's the point of calling it a wild card match?
I probably bracketing.
Kind of like the NFL
Yeah.
playoffs. You know, the wild card, it's like the very beginning stages of
Yeah.
it.
Like
You know, just
almost
to
didn't
show
make
that
the
they're less
tournament.
important.
Like,
Because
you
Moxley
weren't-
and Jericho are the first two AEW champions.
Right.
So they automatically get a bye.
Like you're climbing a ladder. Like that's the bottom rung of the ladder. You know, it's the
like
wild
the NFL.
card.
No, because it's the NFL playoffs where Tony Khan and his dad, make their money in the NFL.
Yeah, it's
so
true.
Moxley and Jericho are the first two AEW World Champions, so they
It's like the
automatically
Chiefs-
get a bye.
The Chiefs and the Packers get their bye.
Yeah, the guaranteed first round bye. Or their
All right,
respective
so
brackets.
let me see. Our thoughts go out to Malachi Black, man. I really hope he gets well, dude, because he's an incredible talent, man. He really is.
Definitely.
For sure, and especially with mental health, like you don't fuck with it. You don't take it. You don't take it.
You
Not
don't take
seriously.
that lightly at all.
Yeah, that's something that's serious.
Especially
and-
someone who's crying out for help.
Well,
A lot of people don't do that.
I would have said Adam Cole in that tournament, but he's dealing with an injury right now.
He's
that
hurt
he
too,
needs to get healthy.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't, especially pro wrestlers. They think, nah, I got to be strong. I got to put up this front. I can't show weakness.
I don't even think it's just pro wrestlers though. If you could peel the onion layers back to any us on the screen, every one of us, everybody. You don't want to be that guy.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to be that guy. And then I commend a guy like Malachi Black for recognizing that he needs to step away from an opportunity and what he's doing to really just focus on his mental health. It's respectable and it's commendable to me.
Yep, and I believe a lot of people were saying, I was reading in it, and it kind of disgusted me in a way, saying, well, he's just bullshitting because he's unhappy there. He wants to go back to WWE. No. Tony Khan, in no way, shape, or form, is going to allow Malachi Black to step away without doing his due diligence and research and seeing there's a history, there's a pattern with this man and his mental health, and he needs to get right.
Because if Malachi doesn't step away and says, you know what, I can get through this, and something happens to him, it's going to fall on Tony's plate.
It's going to fall on Tony and AEW.
Yeah.
And that's a shitstorm that they don't want to be in when they're already in one. Cyrus says Malachi is there for at least 4 more years. No, I was reading. Tony Khan said he could see him there as a main staple for years to come in AEW. So hopefully he gets well, man. I want to see him back, and I want to see him better.
For sure.
He deserves to be better, presented better. And Bedoy says therapy is the greatest thing I've ever did. Shout out to John Bedoy.
Hey, shout out. I haven't gone down that road yet. I've looked at it. I'm not there yet. We'll get there.
Everyone has their own timing with everything, right? When you're ready, you're ready. But I salute the people that are vocal and voice this type of information and show that they're not embarrassed. They're not scared to be real with others and say, yo, this helps.
It's very hard to be vocal because you get in your mind, you get that stigma attached to everything and
Weakness.
And that's what you attribute it to. That's when I remember growing up, you get hey, quit being a bitch.
Yep.
Don't be a bitch about it.
Yep.
Suck it up.
A man crying, right? Men don't cry. Don't be a bitch. Don't be a pussy. Men don't cry. No, men do cry. And it is a good thing to cry.
If you don't show emotion, I don't think you're human.
No, you need to let it go, bro. You need to let it go.
And the people that make fun of that need to look in their own mirror.
Agreed.
So I'm going to give a shout out to David Babel because his TikToks, they are like there is some targets towards mental health awareness, and everybody's not doing that, and the brighter light needs to be shined on that.
And I 100% agree with you because as we're talking about this, I'm the worst. I'll admit I'm the worst one about it, bro. I'll bring my mom sitting here on the shelf. I make light of that's just how I deal, and I wish I was in a place where I was Malachi Black or Babel or where I could vocalize. Just not me right now.
Yeah,
is what it is. But I appreciate the people. I'll never look down on the people that are able to vocalize it.
right. 100%.
Never.
That's a great segue because speaking of vocalizing, someone's very good at vocalizing things. And his name is CM Punk.
Do tell.
Oh, boy, Phil. Phil.
How's it hanging, Phil?
How's it hanging, Phil? So we all watched AEW All Out. We did a post show.
Yes.
for All Out, and that was fun. You can check that out on our YouTube channel, the PTN Post Show.
And a scrum was going on.
And the scrum was happening while we're
Everything
live.
was happening while we were on.
Yeah, we had no idea what was going on. We're talking about the show. We're booking for the future already.
Bro, my messenger was Christmas tree lighting. Like, you have to watch this. Watch this right now.
And I had no idea why I'm getting these messages, you know?
I'm glad I didn't have my watch on because I just been like, yo, what the hell?
And I'm
is
like,
going
yo,
on?
we're live. I'll check them out. You know, bro,
You didn't go to bed.
I didn't sleep that night.
And I was saying, go to sleep.
I didn't sleep that night. Panetta, thank
pun
Panetta
intended.
for that.
No pun intended.
Panetta sends me a message. He says, you got to see this shit, right? And I go, oh my God, I hate scrums. That's just not my thing, you know, because I feel like they're bullshit. You know what they are? They're the pre-shows for WWE. They're the fake ESPNs and stuff like that. To me, it's all just, you know, bullshit. Bro, was I fucking wrong?
Not with AEW.
Was I fucking wrong? And it wasn't just CM Punk. I saw some real shit come out of Swerve, and I'll get to that. All right. I saw some real emotion come out of Swerve. Now, he kept it on the edge of gimmick, but you could feel the realness from it.
He was walking that line for sure.
And he was talking to Tony Khan, bro. And I'll get to that. So, CM Punk. I don't even know. I couldn't even hear what the guy's question was. Did you hear the reporter's question that set him off?
He didn't even ask the question yet. It was a matter of, hi, I'm Nicholas from such and such. CM Punk was like, do you have any do you friends? And then he was just like, did you still do improv? And then triggered from there because the guy used to do improv with Scott Colton, Colt Cabana.
That's the way I picked it up. Is there was some sort of history, and it triggered from there.
So he recognized the guy asking the question as friends with
Colt
Scott.
Cabana. So asking him the question is
It
what
just
triggers
triggered-
him and it brings it back.
Oh, then Punk's a bitch.
No.
Come on, dude.
No.
Come on. All right, well, let's get through it.
No.
Because apparently we have differences of opinion here. So let me get to it here. So CM Punk goes on this tantrum. Okay? Now, it started out with Colt Cabana. And to me, it wasn't even that bad. You know, like he voiced his side of the story with everything. Did I feel it was necessary to do so? Did I feel that was the time and place to do so? No. You just had a great show. You won the title. You know, you're having some cake. Relax. You know, but of course not. He went off and started talking about the whole him and Colt Cabana situation. Whatever.
I'm old and I work with fucking children.
Where it really turned dirty is when he brought the EVPs into it. They're stepping on their own dicks, I think is what he said. And he went off on calling an empty-headed fuck Hangman Adam Page. I was like, holy fuck. This is getting real now. And then Tony Khan sitting there shaking, not knowing what to do. You're the fucking owner of AEW. You're his boss. What are you doing? Cut his mic.
Being a mark.
Cut his mic.
Bingo.
Wrong with you? Jesus Christ. Sitting there. No, Punk. I should have said no comment. It's all my fault.
No, he said I shouldn't have said no comment.
Well, whatever. I shouldn't. You know, it's my fault. It's my fault. I shouldn't have said no comment.
I got it. Like and then Punk put his hand on it, stopped him like he was a child.
Yeah.
It's all my fault, Daddy.
That right there showed you what the backstage environment is like. You saw it firsthand, clear as day, what's going on. Who's running the show at that point? Now, Joey, you said you didn't disagree with him going off about Scott Colton, Colt Cabana.
No,
Why?
because he hasn't brung up Cabana's name in like 6 or 7 years. last time it was with the WWE lawsuit and everything with those two. They fell out of favor. All right. Because you got to understand the Colt Cabana and the Young Bucks situation and Kenny Omega all tie into each other. Because there is reports that the Young Bucks are the ones that leaked it to the media that Punk is the reason that Colt Cabana got fired from AEW and they sent him to ROH. Which Punk says, I have nothing to do with him. That's not me. I had nothing to do with that. So it all segued. Now, listen, you give Punk a live mic after a pay-per-view. He's hurt. He's injured. All that adrenaline is going. I have no problem with him saying that. A lot of people, me and Jones watched Jim Cornette did like a 40-minute interview about this scrum. And
he was listening. Did he listen to the scrum live?
Yes, he listened.
Cool.
Not live.
Okay.
They played it back.
They bombed him later on about it.
And Cornette said, I had no problem with Punk because at least Punk spoke up. Punk's letting the media know, hey, there's a lot of bullshit in the back with people talking about fake news. Let me tell you my story. Let me tell you the truth. So I have no problem with that. People do it all the time.
The entirety of Punk's rant, do you think any of it could have been pulled back?
I mean, he could have, pulled back, but that's not who he is.
But why?
Right.
I'm gonna go with Joey on this. Why?
Yeah.
You are invested, and obviously he's not. Tony Khan's not gonna fire Punk. Luckily, Punk got injured with this pec, and he
got lucky with the injury.
This is gonna blow over, and the Young Bucks are the Young Bucks. I think there's a lot of ego there that people don't really see or really grasp. But with what he did on the mic, I'm a big mouth, so I don't have a problem with. He called out the shit. And if you want a problem with me, we can meet backstage and hash it out. So I respect Punk for that.
Okay.
100% respect Punk for that.
Okay.
I think the problem lies in Tony Khan. It all reverts back to Tony Khan being, Triple H is a fan of wrestling, right? Triple H loves wrestling and everything like that. But when you're a mark to the detriment of your company, that's where Tony Khan's at right now.
Right.
So it's one of those things is you're going to do what the boss allows you to do.
And he knew what Tony Khan would let him do.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Now, I will say this. Also, to add to that, Cody, it's been the Bucks and Omega. They're kind of like the new clique of, AEW.
Right.
Whatever they say
elite.
goes, they
elite.
keep up. There is a reason why Cody Rhodes left. He can't speak on it because of NDAs.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear why.
So he can't do that. So
I can't wait to hear it.
When he...
I can't wait to hear that shit.
There's a lot that should be said, but can't be said. It probably won't come out until Dark Side of the Ring.
Yeah, or Talk is Jericho.
Or
I'm telling you, man, it's going to be on that.
There is someone who didn't sign an NDA from what I'm seeing.
Brandy?
Yes.
Because she went on Twitter last night.
Yeah, there was a tweet that Joey showed me. Yeah. What did the tweet say, Joe? That Brandy Rhodes tweeted last night.
I think she said, I've been quiet long enough, or I've kept my mouth.
I've been way too fucking nice or something like that.
Yeah. Let me find it.
Interesting.
Dude, it's... Now, me and Jones can tell you what we think will happen or what the rumor is because there's so much stuff out there.
Well, let's go to the Brawl, right? So all this stuff was said. Tony Khan didn't stop him whatsoever. Tony Khan looked like he was co-signing everything. He was nodding his head a lot.
Here it is.
What is that? Yeah.
I've been way too fucking nice.
Yep.
Okay. Oh yeah, she's ready to bitch fest. She's ready to go off. But so, Tony Khan. Now listen, from our perspective, when you're watching that scrum and you see the way Tony Khan reacted to CM Punk, you're like, holy shit, this man is co-signing everything right now. Agreed. He is agreeing with everything. He's nodding his head. He's letting him speak.
He has to.
But he reacted twice on situations where you were just like, he reacted like, when the EVPs got brought up.
Correct. I noticed that, but it was like a confused, like, what's he mean? It wasn't like he shouldn't say that.
But he should have went like this.
Yeah.
Right. Yes. That's when you pull the mic and you go, let's handle this later on. Next question.
But this is the thing with Punk. It's a risk versus reward factor with him. You know he's going to speak his mind.
Yeah.
But you take the risk because look at what he's done when he... I mean, people can say, the ratings, all this shit. But he sells merch. He sells pay-per-views. He brings in the fans.
Don't get it twisted. WWE Clash of the Castle was not even spoken about this week. Okay. All Out was barely spoken about. It was all about CM Punk
but
and the Scrum.
But that tells you something.
I know what it tells you.
No. There's a reason for that.
What is it, Joey?
Should we, Jones?
What's the reason? Tell me the reason.
Could be a work shoot angle.
Mm-hmm. There is always that possibility.
But hold on. We're going to take back to WCW 2000, Bash at the Beach. Do you remember a Hogan-Jarrett angle where Hogan came out, laid in the ring for Jarrett?
No, other way around. Jarrett laid down for Hogan.
Jarrett laid in the ring for Hogan, and Hogan put his foot on him and pinned him 1, 2, 3, and then Jarrett left. And then Hogan gave that speech.
Yeah.
Russo, this is why this damn company was in. The plan was him and Bischoff left. He was champion. They got in the limo, celebrated. The plan was Hogan was going to be off TV. New champion was going to be crowned. At Halloween Havoc, Hogan makes his return. Champion versus champion angle. What wasn't planned was Russo coming out and doing that shoot interview on Hogan. That was not planned. So what you're seeing right now is AEW's like, yo, WWE did, NXT, Clash at Castle, same weekend as us. Okay, they had a good show. We had a good show, but this could be, mind you, a shoot angle, okay? Real life shoot angle. But they're going to work themselves into a work.
Right.
Now, you're playing with fire with this.
110%.
Now, you're playing with fire and the gasoline is right next to the fire. This can work, but you got to get everybody
on the same page.
On the same page.
I don't believe in Tony Khan enough as a manager, as a leader, to work it. I get where you're saying, Joey, and I would love for it to be that way. My thing is just, I think Tony Khan is just not that guy to pull it off.
There is some reports about that.
Unless he pulls some other guys in.
About
Tony Schiavone.
But remember, like, if you watch the Rivals, Brock and Angle, they work themselves in a work shoot.
Well, didn't Tony Khan just promote Schiavone?
Yeah, Schiavone. Schiavone's one of Tony Khan's right hand man, but Schiavone has a lot of controversy himself. With Bobby Heenan was still alive. Bobby Heenan said Schiavone was a politician. Like, Schiavone wouldn't even tell the other announcers
he was working with.
Yeah, he wouldn't even tell them what the finishes were or the outcomes.
Interesting.
And when, Gorilla Monsoon passed away, they said, hey, we're going to announce it. And Schiavone's like, why? He never worked here.
Wow.
Yeah. Schiavone can play politics too.
Okay.
I think what Tony Khan is thinking and AEW is thinking is, all right, look, we strip Punk. We strip the trios. Punk's going to be gone for 6 to 8 months.
Yeah, he tore his left triceps. Yeah. That's what I'm reading.
We give fucking the trios a little slap on the wrist, and they go away for a month or two.
Yeah.
All the wind kind of blows over, and
but Kenny Omega still go to that game conference. Talk about that video game.
But Tony Khan, I mean, he could. Now, I'm not saying it will be tough for him. But he's gonna have to get like other people involved, like a Jerry Lynn, Dean Malenko, Arn Anderson, Mark Henry.
Get them all into a fucking room.
To have Punk and Ace Steel sit down with Omega and the Bucks and see how they can work this shit out.
Work it out. There's a lot of money left on the fucking table if they don't work this out, bro.
You can do I mean, when Punk signed, who didn't want to see an Omega Punk match? A lot of people were clamoring for that. You could do that. You could make a lot of money with those two.
100%.
But here's what I was saying the other day, right? So let's just say the scrum never happened and it was going to be CM Punk, drops the belt to MJF, he pushed MJF over, right? Mm-hmm. No injuries, no scrum, no anything like that. What was going to be really left? Jones, you okay?
Sorry, he's throwing a little tantrum. Finish your thought, though. Finish your thought.
What was really going to be left at that point for CM Punk? Like he was going to be an overpaid jobber. It really is what he was going to be. Because MJF's the future.
I don't think.
Really,
I don't look at it as an overpaid jobber. I think he would gain a lot of respect for what he did.
Yeah,
I think that would give him respect, honestly, because he knows who the future is.
Is he really garnering for respect if he's going to go on there and be like, "Yo, these EVPs this, these EVPs that, Adam Hangman Page a piece of shit." So there's this weird mesh of like, yo,
this is the future, I get, by the way.
Hey, I sympathize with CM Punk because our mouths get us in trouble. I get that, like even like last night in chat, bro. You understand.
They get you in trouble, but it's up to the leader of that company.
Agree.
It is up to the leader and the owner and the person running that organization.
But what has that leader and owner? But what has that leader or owner done to this point, other than hug CM Punk's leg?
No, he's been a bitch. He's been a bitch.
But here's my issue. Like, we agree Tony needs to get his shit together.
Yeah.
But I cannot have somebody like Eric Bischoff calling out Tony when you did the same fucking thing.
Yeah, no, I don't even listen to that.
I mean,
that's where I saw. No, I would listen to that. He's saying, I did this.
Yeah.
Don't make the same mistakes I did. I'm trying to help you, not hurt you. I'm saying you're doing very similar to shit to what I did. Look where my company is now.
But also this, like, a lot of people don't like CM Punk. They think he's an asshole. Okay, we're all assholes, okay? Welcome to the real world, okay? If you don't experience the real world, then you don't know what it's about. But people have this agenda against Punk, okay? Like, who cares? Move on.
So here's the thing now. There are stories about this brawl. Now, of course, each side of the story is different. Who would have guessed that, right? And each side of the story is professing more innocence to whoever's telling the story. So you got to meet in the middle.
I want to know what grown man bites another man.
That is weird.
It's he say, she say stuff.
It's he said, she said. Now, here's the difference. According to Fightful Select, okay, the Punk and Ace Steel story, they're backpedaling on it. They are now backpedaling on it. At first, they said that the Young Bucks, one of the Young Bucks, I forget, Nick or Matt, kicked down the door. Matt kicked down the door to his locker room, to Punk's locker room. Now, today, they backpedaled and said, well, that was just a phrase that we used. I don't think he kicked down the door. He might have used his shoulder or forced it open. That's a big difference.
No. I don't think it's a big difference.
Kicking down someone's door.
No.
It's not different from forcing it with your shoulder.
No, because you're
still not invited in.
The whole thing is Punk
what
tore
did Punk
his pec.
say? What did Punk say?
Punk tore his pec. 6 to 8 months, because now you can backpedal. You can moonwalk your ass all the way to a month suspension for the Young Bucks. And Punk's going to be gone for 6 to 8 months. You can get Punk in line in the next 6 to 8 months. You let the Young Bucks lose their fucking trios. And that's how it is. It's the perfect out. Punk tearing his tricep.
What did Punk say? What did Punk say?
He said, come to my locker room if you have an issue. But hold on. He was getting medical attention. So hold on. What if you
supposedly, reportedly.
But I will tell you this. I bet you every wrestler in that company, about 95% of them, went up to Ace Steel and said, "Thank you for smacking one of the Young Bucks with a chair."
Does that make it right?
Yes, it does.
Sure.
No,
Sure.
no.
I think it does.
How would you feel if three men came? How would you feel if 3 men came up to you? And
At some point, your mouth's gonna cash a check that your ass can't cash.
Here's like, I'm gonna piggyback. Go ahead. Because look at it this way. I get where you're coming from. He said, "Come see me," but if the issue was just the EVPs, there's only 3 of y'all. Why was Brandon Cutler there?
Yep.
Why was Christopher Daniels there? Why was the legal representative there?
Wasn't Michael Nakazawa?
Yeah, Nakazawa. Yeah, always mess up his name. Was there? There was
Super
too many
kicked the
people.
door down.
There was too many people there, so it's like if it was,
Was it
a
like
one-on-one
6 on 2? What was it?
or one. No, it was 6. It was only one because Punk was in there by himself with Ace Steel's wife because she was taking care of the dog while he was getting treated.
Where was Ace Steel?
He was out. Ace Steel came in later,
Okay.
allegedly. But
Allegedly.
either way, even if Ace Steel was in there, it's still like 6 or 7 on 2.
Yeah.
So
he's trying to protect his wife. You don't know what's going on in there.
2022, bro.
Look, bro. It's
So
like
you bite someone? Is that
That's
what we
hilarious,
do?
though, to
We
me.
bite?
I've never
in
bit
the
anybody.
heat of the battle, people do things.
Mike Tyson,
Tyson,
man.
Hold on, Jones. How tall are you?
6 feet.
6 foot.
Don't get near my wife.
6 foot. Probably what 300, 350?
Is that what we do now?
When's the last time you bit anybody?
You're a professional wrestler. You're biting?
I choose to plead the fifth. It wasn't in a fight.
You sure it wasn't Larry?
In a fight.
Not Ace
No,
Steel?
in a fight.
Oh, no, I don't bite people in a fight.
Come on, bro.
I've seen some crazy people bite people. I mean,
That's weird.
Joey looks like a biter, though. You can tell.
That's weird, bro.
But they're from Chirac, though.
Sure.
God. Stephen Rim says he was hungry. I'm sure he was.
He was probably supposed to share those muffins with Punk, but Punk ate them on the damn Scrum.
Yo,
When I
hey,
first-
I want to know what happened to those muffins because those muffins look fucking
They look
delicious.
good as fuck. That's what everyone said.
Punk ate him at the
What's funny was like when I read that someone was bit, I think it was Omega. When I read that Omega was bit, I thought it was the dog. Initially, I really thought it was just Larry the dog. And then I read it was Ace Steel. I went, he bit him?
I'm just not a Young Bucks guy, and I think they deserve any ass whooping they can get.
Eric, I guarantee you 110% he would have bit him still. That was his out of acting like a fool. That was his out. My wife was in the room. I'm sure no one was near his wife.
You can tell how many fights Vinny has been in his life.
Exactly.
I've gotten knocked out and I've run. I don't bite people.
No. Here's the thing, though. It's like, yo,
Maybe I should try it.
You can revert back to what I said in chat last night. I was like, yo, internet or in person, if y'all are in a fight, yo, I'm gonna fucking fight for all y'all. You just bail me out of jail. That's all I ask.
Just listen,
That's
Ethan.
me.
By
Don't
any means
bite
necessary.
anyone. Please don't.
You're gonna
No,
do
no,
whatever-
that's
you're
me.
Gonna do
I'm gonna
whatever you can to win a fight.
Exactly.
Let's see. In an RF shoot, this is Forgotten MMA. CM Punk said Ace Steel got into a fight with a lot of promoters. Ace Steel probably has a criminal record the size of a grocery list.
That doesn't make him a bad person.
He's
historian in the
biting
audience.
people.
We got a historian in our audience because
I would not doubt this for a second if he's literally taking chunks out of people's skin with his mouth and throwing chairs.
nobody knows how bad the bite is yet. It could have been a situation.
Would he nibble on? Would he give him a hickey?
What do they call it? A little what are those beans? What are those beans? What are those
No, he
beans
went
called?
out.
What are those beans called in a little bottle of Chianti from fucking Hannibal?
We
Fava
have
beans.
cannibals in
Fava
AEW.
beans, yeah.
Fava beans.
Little fava beans and Chianti.
Here's what could have
Son of a-
happened initially, though. Like somebody, like you could have been yelling at somebody, and somebody tried to punch past you, and you could have grazed them with your teeth. Because they're saying, because we don't, nobody's mysteriously, there's no footage yet. The Young
bro.
Bucks film everything.
If I'm biting somebody, bro, I'm getting me a quarter pounder with cheese.
Bro, listen, if Ace Steel's a good biter, we're going to see a scar on Kenny Omega.
I bet you
when he comes back.
I bet you Punk may have dropped a muffin piece on Kenny Omega, and
The
he still
shout,
was like, "Ow."
listen, shout out to Mike Tyson for at least taking someone's ear off and leaving that scar forever. Shout out
I'll
to
never
Mike Tyson
forget that,
for
bro.
being a real biter. He knew he was losing that fight, so he's like, fuck it. I'm going to make this shit memorable.
I mean, Ace Steel could have Lorena bobbed him.
I don't know if that'll make TV, Joey.
So that's the mess of AEW right now. What a fucking mess. But you know what? It makes great television. Because
It does.
Can you imagine?
It makes fantastic television.
But can you imagine a show like Hard Knocks?
Oh.
Hard Knocks, fucking AEW Scrum.
Dude.
Man,
Can you imagine a backstage show about AEW? The ratings would be crazy.
I'm
Bro, like
wondering if
real
in the
life
video
AEW.
game they're adding a bite button. That's what I want. I want a special move to be a bite. Because that's what we do in AEW now. We bite.
Of course, that'd be Vinny's finisher is the AEW bite crotch. The
The
crotch bite.
AEW bite mark. You know?
The fucking crotch bite.
Tell you right fucking now, bro. All right, let's move on here. So let's talk a little bit about WWE. They had a great show, Clash of the Castle. I thought it was a solid show. I didn't think it was bad.
It was good.
The set design was fantastic. I love the set design. I thought it was top fucking notch, man.
It was like
With
kind of
those-
like a nod to
with those
SummerSlam 92
screens.
a little bit.
And the fucking fire and the brick. It looked incredible.
And your tribal chief is lame as always.
Like this, put your ones up,
Acknowledge
guys. Put your ones
tribal
up
chief.
acknowledge him.
for the daddy, bro. Put your ones
Look
up for
at
the
this.
daddy.
At least his scrum, no one got hurt.
He doesn't
I
bite,
prefer-
ladies and
he
gentlemen.
just-
I don't bite.
He just told
Roman
a
doesn't-
reporter.
he
doesn't,
He just told
he
a
doesn't
reporter-
have to because one of the Usos will fucking do it for him.
He just
because
told
he's a
a
bitch.
reporter to acknowledge him, and then he left.
That's it, bro. Now that's the best scrum
was
of all
funny.
time. That
That
is
was
the best
hilarious.
scrum of all time.
Yo, he pulled a Marshawn Lynch. I'm just here so I don't get fined.
I was surprised
That's all he did.
that WWE had a press conference when they said, all right, tune into the press conference afterwards. I went, what?
And Triple H is right there.
They're doing a press conference?
It's overseas. They haven't been there in 10 years.
But that's
10, 20
dope,
years,
though. Like, I
30
like
plus
that.
years. I mean, but
It reminded me of
But they had, like, a
WrestleMania,
one-night-
what was WrestleMania 14?
yeah.
You know?
When
With
Shawn
the
Michaels
press-
walked out. at the
Yeah,
end.
like, I love that shit.
You can get Drew
Because
McIntyre
apparently that's
sing
where
some
you
more
get the
songs.
realness. You know what I'm saying? That's where you get the real deal. At these press conferences, these guys are gimmicks out the window when it comes to these scrums. Ladies and gentlemen, we bite. We don't give a shit.
Backtracking to what was Tony Khan, why was he so upset the fact that someone else held a wrestling show on Labor Day weekend? Like he owns that.
I mean, don't you know he's not going to fucking take it
I'm
anymore?
not gonna sit
Yeah.
back and take this fucking shit.
Yeah.
Yo, Tony Khan was coming off a 3-day tweak and had no idea what he was saying. We got to leave him alone.
I ain't gonna lie, Tony Khan's kind of hilarious to me, like the way he acts. Like,
Dude, first of all, out of nowhere, he just brags about how much money he's
I have
got.
a lot more fucking
Yeah.
money than Jim Crockett did.
I don't know what that has to do with anything.
You're literally bragging about having more money than Jim Crockett.
but I mean, you go to an
Congratulations.
AEW event, Tony Khan's gonna come out beforehand and be like, "We're gonna have a great ass show." Can you imagine Vince McMahon coming out like, "Welcome, we're gonna put
Somebody
on
in
a
the
great Raw for
comments
you."
said we saw every emotion in Tony Khan, and it is so true because he went from being so proud of what they did numbers wise to
I'm not
this.
gonna sit back and take this fucking shit.
Out of nowhere, he just got hella pissed.
Oh, but look at this. He was more pissed at WWE than Punk going off on his own.
yeah. It's like, for what?
You can't run a show the same weekend as me.
Why,
What?
dude? It's not like anyone bought it on pay-per-view. It's everyone has the cock. Everyone watches it on the cock.
That's
No
why
one
Tony
buys a
Khan,
WWE pay-per-view.
Tony Khan is such a monumental mark. He's
My
probably
Christ,
he's literally at CM Punk's fucking surgery right now, waiting in the lobby to make sure CM Punk pulls through.
That really confused me.
That's like NBC saying, "Fox, you can't have a football game the same week."
like for real, bro. Like did Tony Khan really just say that? That's why the numbers aren't going to beat All Out from last year because WWE ran a show a day prior.
You think Dana
No,
White
you
cares?
had
shows.
70. You had 73 matches on. I'm
Your show
sorry.
was 5 hours.
You think You think Dana White cares if there's a big boxing
No,
fight the same
you should
day?
not worry about who's in this town.
Because you want to know why he doesn't care? Because they make the main event wait 40 minutes in the locker room before the UFC's over.
Let me tell you something.
When
If you are confident in your product, if you're confident in your content, it shouldn't matter who's doing what, when, where, why, because you know that you're putting on the best show possible. Tony Khan doesn't have to worry about what the fuck WWE's doing, worry about what Triple H is doing. Fuck WWE. He needs to focus on his product.
I'm going to beg to differ. Tony Khan does have to worry when your talent's backstage biting other
That's
talent.
a different story. I'll give you a round of applause for that one. As long as your talent's not biting each other. You know, maybe it was all the anger and frustration with the biting and the cakes being eaten and you know, the security running through
all this
the
cake
room.
talk, bro. Fat man wants a cake, bro.
They should introduce a wrestler where his gimmick is he has like a muzzle, like a Hannibal Lecter mask, and he can't bite somebody. Like, can you imagine that?
All right, so WWE. Now, listen, we talked about this last week, and I trashed Braun Strowman. All right, and gladly trashed Braun Strowman. I don't give a shit what anyone says. One of the worst superstars. And now, I'm not saying that's Braun's fault. It's never their fault. It's not their gimmick they create. It's not their story that they write. Okay? It is always creative. It's not them. In WWE, at least. Well, then. So we heard that he's coming back on Monday Night Raw. What now? You have to convince me that this was Triple H's decision. That the way that he was reintroduced was Triple H's decision. You are having an 8-man tag match. 8-man tag. You are pushing the tag division back to where it should be. Having people fight for a title. 8 men. Okay? 8 men. All of a sudden, in the middle of this match, Braun Strowman comes out in tight-ass red pants.
And
that's
trips.
his new look.
And trips.
And destroys everyone. And then does his train shit where he runs the freight train and slips and falls, gets back up and spears someone. Because when he slipped and fell, the guy didn't have time to run away, right? This was fucking terrible. This was absolute trash. This was Vince McMahon written all over it. And it makes me question, is Vince McMahon still involved with this bullshit? Because that's a Vince McMahon move.
Was this the ghost of Vince McMahon?
120%. The fuck is going on?
I feel like this is the ghost of Vince McMahon on this one. I'm with you 100%. Nothing brings me more joy than seeing that 7-foot fucking dummy running around the ring and trip and fall. Like, I just envisioned Shane McMahon sticking his foot out and being a bully and making you fucking trip.
Why is Braun Strowman attacking these teams in the first place? Why? For what? Does he want the tag titles himself with a child? You want to get the child back and be tag team champions with that kid? Why? What was the point? Then he dominated 8 men. Yeah, sure. He can do that. Bullshit.
I don't know. Have you
Now,
seen
maybe
photos
not
of him?
8 of me, but 8 men could whip his ass. Come the fuck on. Triple H, what was that? Then they're all dead. They all died. No one got up. And he celebrates for 10 minutes. And that was that. Braun's back. No one gives a fuck about Braun Strowman. You just ruined it again. I'm done.
Can't wait to see how they bring back Bray Wyatt.
So with
Goldberg. They'll have him lose to Goldberg again.
I didn't agree with the way they brought him back. Like I was like I said last week, I want to see if Triple H can use him as a monster. He kind of did, but you brought him back at the worst time in a tag match. You just destroyed half your tag teams on the whole damn roster. Now, mind you, when he slipped, my first thought was Chad Gable was like, screw you, I'm not getting hit with this train. So he jumped on the apron. And I thought that's when Braun slipped, because he was going to hit Gable. Because when you see Braun running, Gable jumped on the apron like, forget you, But you go to commercial and you still have picture-in-picture. And he's still destroying. And then he's talking into the camera. Well, you can't hear it in picture-in-picture.
That was another thing, like, just to put the cherry on top of this terrible cake, this underbaked cake, you have Braun celebrating in picture-in-picture. Okay?
It was such a rush return.
Destroying 8 men who are fighting for a tag team title shot.
You know what's good.
I'll let you guys finish, but I have to call someone out in this chat. I have to call someone out, and Joey, don't say a damn thing because you're going to see it. And I have to give them a fucking round of applause for this. A fucking round of applause. Because, Joey, I swear to God, I sent this to all of you. And you see it in the comments. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to give a round of applause to this man, IVT. IVT. Do you know why? Because what the fuck did I text you guys? Here's what I would have done with Braun Strowman. I would have reintroduced him as a maximum male model. There's your Braun Strowman. There's your fucking monster. Who cuts the circulation off at his asshole. That's your monster. Now that would be a perfect maximum male model.
It really
Braun
would.
Strowman.
You know what's going to happen on Friday, right? On SmackDown.
Brownie Strowman.
He's going to destroy those maximum male models on SmackDown. Watch.
I swear to God, bro.
Him and Omos are going to come back and destroy the maximum male models.
I think that would be perfect for him. He had the tight red fucking pants. He looked like he was wearing model clothing.
The only
Stop
good
the
thing,
screaming like a buffoon.
The only good thing about that group is Maxine.
Bro, chill. Chill, bro.
Just saying.
The maximum male models, in my opinion, were were one of the best ideas of Vince McMahon before he retired.
They're like the Spirit Squad 2.0.
Now I'm saying retired because this reintroduction sounds like someone's still pulling the strings in
Triple
WWE.
H. It's Triple H.
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
if that was Triple H, bro, that really disappointed
because
me.
he's a fan of Braun. If you watch the Ariel Helwani interview.
And that's okay to be a fan, bro. But why
Braun,
destroy your whole tag division?
No, but I'm sorry, but Braun is just a directionless talent. Him, almost, those guys are just directionless. They don't really have a place in WWE anymore. I'm sorry, this isn't 1990, 98, whatever. There's no place for them. I'm sorry.
There's a lot of guys that don't have a place.
I would love,
Agreed.
and I'll say this again, boys. I would love Braun Strowman to be a maximum male model. Bro, I think he could pull it off. Number one. I mean, he can wear the clothing, right? I mean, look at this. He can fit the clothing.
Coincidentally, I've seen Jones wear those same pants.
They look beautiful. Brownie Strowman. Jones.
I got nothing. This is supposed to be a debate between us, but we're agreeing on this shit.
Oh no!
Yeah, I mean,
Jones
Wait,
still mid.
wait.
Jones had this Gary Coleman looking forearm hanging out of the bottom of his pants, bro.
Come on, bro. Speak, King. Speak, King.
I've said it before. I'll say it again. I don't like Braun. I only like Braun when he was flipping shit. Like they gave us a breadcrumb this week when the car was flipped. I was like, fuck, he's here.
Yeah.
Because
Because I love to flip
like you
cars
said-
in tight red pants and dress shoes. That's what I love to do.
Why?
Because I'll go a step further. Before we finish this up, I'll just say fuck Roman too.
Bro, chill the fuck up.
Wow.
But I'll tell you.
What? He's going to SmackDown. Let's see what he does.
He's a baby face. That's what they're listing him as.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, apparently the crowd loved it. The crowd absolutely loved it.
What? No.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen. We had more in store for tonight. But the time is up. You got to come back next week to figure out why Joey, Ethan are chomping at the bit.
2 weeks in a row, I've been
We got to cut it.
2 weeks in a row. I haven't been able to talk about WrestleMania 3. Just remember that.
me and Jones watched
Just remember
it.
that.
All right, so next week, here's what we got on the table. Next week, Jones is going to come back with his WrestleMania 3 review. Did he change his mind?
I watched it with Jones.
So
Not
Joey
on
watched
the
it with
phone.
Jones.
Not on the phone. I don't do that goofy shit. But we watched it because I
Did he-
said I would watch it with Jones. You know.
Did he change his mind on his thoughts on WrestleMania 3?
Oh, he did.
Then we have Joey and Ethan that are completely on different spectrums on this subject, which we will bring up next week. But once again, guys, thank you so much for being here. Culture Shock Live. Put your ones up if you're feeling Roman Reigns right now.
Oh, you can
If you're
scissor me,
feeling the
daddy.
tribal chief,
Well, scissor me, daddy.
if you're feeling the daddy, or put your scissors up if you're feeling the acclaimed. Guys, thank you so much for engaging with us. We appreciate you hanging out and watching the show. We have some football to watch. Football is back, ladies and gentlemen. Football is fucking back. And we will see you next Thursday at 8 o'clock p.m. sharp for Culture Shock Live. Take it easy. Peace out.